Today we're gonna make a spicy Italian-ish chicken sandwich. It's not exactly healthy, but it's also not terrible for you, and it takes about 10 to 12 minutes to make, so let's cook. Okay, so grabbing all of our ingredients out as per the usual. We've got chicken, the usual suspects, some chicken, lettuce, tomato. We're also gonna use a mayo marinade for this. I don't think, maybe I'll use some banana pepper rings too. We'll see. Got the tomato, onion. Also preheating back here, key. Trying to get this hot while we do all of our other prep. And then, if you guys remember, I feel like I haven't done anything related to the mayo marinade in a long, long time. But I still use it very frequently. And then with this, I'm just gonna prep both these chicken breasts at once. And I think in one of our other videos recently, we showed you kind of how to do the thin grilled chicken. You could use that for this recipe too if you wanted to. But what I kind of want to do is slice this really thin as possible. And we'll do little chicken strips, and then we'll just mix everything up there and make it, make a little mayo marinade with all the spices and this kind of shaved up chicken. Like loosely simulates kind of like a cheesesteak, I would say. It's kind of what I'm going for. Because actually, where I grew up, we used to have this place called OIC, Original Italian Cafe. And one of my family, like my brothers and I's favorite things to get from there it was called a chicken cheesesteak in the garden, which was basically just sliced up chicken. I think they used provolone cheese. The bread was really good. It was some kind of like ciabatta hybrid. I'm not going to use cheese in this one. I'm going to use a little bit of fresh Parmigiano Reggiano. But provolone cheese works really good in this hoagie too. But basically all you have to do is just slice up all the chicken and season it however you want to. Also, this is a question I think about often. So I'm a massive, massive fan of sandwiches. And like, if we're talking food category groups, and when I say food category groups, I think sandwiches are my number one. Like, I could eat sandwiches every single day in any form. So this is a question for you. What is your favorite food category group? And what I consider groups are like, sandwiches is like any type of sandwich, or like pizza is any type of pizza. You're not like stuck to a single type of pizza. It could be pasta, I feel like would be another one. Maybe stir fries are another broad category you could do. But I don't know, I'd love to hear from you guys. Like, what is your favorite food category? And like in a broad sense of what, kind of form of food could you eat every single day for the rest of your life? Because for me, it's like 1000% sandwiches. Okay, so we got our thinly sliced chicken. And then I'm going to slide this. Actually, what I'm going to do first is gotta wash this hand. All right, we're gonna pop all our chicken into this bowl. Ooh, I don't know if this is, that's big enough. Okay. I'm gonna pop that there. Coming over to the sink. And I'm actually just gonna wash this stuff right away, just so we can kind of get it done with, because we'll use that knife again. And then for the chicken, just soapy water on the cutting board. Just wash it right away while there's nothing else in the sink. And then like you don't really need to worry about it. Rather than like if you leave this in the sink and then pile it up with other dishes, then like, you know, your chicken stuff is gonna start touching everything versus like just keeping it right on your hands, which are easily washable. Yeah. Actually, I've got a little, just want to grab this. Okay. Okay. All right, then for this, I'm actually not sure how much chicken that was. This is probably around a pound. Spilled my salt. So I'm gonna do 5 grams of salt, just so we get it evenly seasoned. And then we've got our spices. We've got our mayo. You don't need, you could use oil. Why mayo is good is because it sticks and adheres to the chicken really easily. You don't need to use a ton. This is 20 grams for like a pound of chicken. We're gonna use that later too. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle in spices. So cayenne is gonna be your spicy. And I like it fairly spicy, so I'm gonna do 3 grams. So I don't know, you call it loosely a spoonful or something. I'm also gonna do the same amount of garlic powder, another 3 grams. And then oregano, I'm not gonna do 3 grams, it's way lighter. This is probably gonna be like a gram. Like, we'll go 2 grams. Okay. Then that's all there is to it. Now we just gotta mix it. Hands, definitely the best choice for this. You could use a spoon if you want to, but it's just so much easier to get in here with your hands. And yeah, basically that mayo works really well as an adherent. Like you get the spices in there, everything's just nice and cohesive. That's as simple as it is to season. Now let's turn around and cook it. So I'm actually not gonna do all of this right now. I'm gonna use half of it, and then that's another thing that's great about this method is you can just keep the rest of this in the fridge. I'll cook it up tomorrow. You know, you could cook it all right now if you wanted to, but if you want like the fresh, you know, cooked feeling of everything, that's what I do. I'll just keep this in the fridge. And then I have a quick meal tomorrow that this is really good on salads. You can make a pasta salad, variety of things, but really we're just gonna let that sear on high. And then while everything else is going on, we'll do the rest of our fresh ingredients. Another beauty of them being in these thin strips is they cook really, really fast. So just kind of scoop and scrape. Oops, lost a little bit. So I don't know how much, like, I don't know how quickly that literally felt like it was 3 minutes. Genuinely, that is the beauty of doing those really small, thin strips. And then, like I said, I've got the rest. I just popped it in the fridge, so I've got another meal ready to go in 2 seconds. So I'm gonna leave that back on there, and then we'll chop everything up and assemble our sandwich. Okay, so we're going with some ciabatta. You could use any hoagie roll, any bread you want. I switch it up frequently. I like trying out different breads. I actually might scrape out some of that. I haven't decided yet. We'll get a little bit of this lettuce. Always got to have iceberg on hand. Just good for texture. Looks like about what I need. We'll do a couple slices of tomato. Try to keep them pretty thin. Then, actually, I'm not going to use red onion. I'm just going to stick with banana peppers, I think. I have some pickled onions in the fridge too, but I kind of want to use these banana peppers. So I'm just going to pop them. I need to finish them up anyway, so this will get us basically there. And then I'm actually just going to steam this bread for like 2 seconds on top of this, just to kind of warm it up. So while we do that, I'll put away everything we don't need. I also realize I got to grab a couple things. So I'm going to put the open tomato on the deli lid. I'm going to toss these back in the fridge. What do I need? Some parm. I think that's it. We use this mayo. I've also got some balsamic we're going to use. Balsamic, samic. Warm up this bread a little bit. Oh yeah, nice and steamy. My mouth's already starting to water. Love sandwiches. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so to assemble, let me grab my chicken. Okay, so big key here. We're going to start with mayo. Mayo on bottom, because it's going to give it like a little protective fat layer. So when I add this stuff, it doesn't get soggy. So I'm going to start with tomatoes down, just so they don't slide everywhere. Then next, I'm going to come in with, actually, I'm going to do a little something here. I don't know why. I like to give things a little extra sprinkle in the salad. Just a little bit of that extra herbaceousness from that's oregano, this is Italian seasoning. Oregano, use whatever you want to. We're going to go our fresh stuff, lettuce. Then, oh my gosh, that would have broke. That was loud. It scared me. Okay. Little gradient of parm here. We're going to add more over the top of the chicken. More little lubrication. Always key for sandwiches. We want everything nice and juicy in there. And chicken can tend to get a little dry, so that is helpful. And we're going to add our chicken. We're absolutely going to need to wrap this or else it's going to fall apart. Dude, my mouth is watering. Bunch of parm. All right. Absolutely a sandwich that needs to be wrapped. Not even a question about it. Ooh. Okay. I should have maybe scooped this. I feel like it's not going to work that well. I'm going to scoop this a little bit. We'll re-mayo it. Oh yeah, this is going to be the move. Honestly, I might just like fry this bread up. I'll throw that back on there and remind myself to do it. Little snack for later. Can make some croutons. Go a little bit, since we just scooped off all our mayo, we'll pop it back inside. All right, this is gonna be perfect. Yes. Oh. We're gonna wait like 2 minutes to do the cross section and give this a bite. And thanks to the power of editing, you guys have to wait like 3 seconds. More fun to eat. All right. Tell you, does not get better than sandwiches. Yeah, for me, like a dinner or a lunch does not get much better than that. Get the tingle from the cayenne coming through on the chicken, but then you get it backed up with like that tanginess from the balsamic, the fresh crunch of the lettuce in there, the tomato, held up by that little mayo layer in here. It's like a juicy, moist sandwich, even though it is just chicken breast. And I don't know, you gotta give this one a shot. Anyway, that'll wrap it up for us in this one. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace, y'all.